Hi folks, James JT at the movies here again for just a quick vlog update for you. Bit of a somber one, I'm afraid, today. I just wanted to express my condolences and my sympathies on the passing of Sir Sean Connery. Obviously most famous for playing James Bond in the first 5 or 6 James Bond films: Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice. He took a film's break but then returned for Diamonds Are Forever, and also made the unofficial James Bond film in the 80s, Never Say Never Again. He was an absolutely fantastic actor, was Sean Connery, and really just a cinema great, a force to be reckoned with. And I'm truly sad that he's gone. His films have meant so much to me in my life, and I'm really grateful that as he's passed, he's gone peacefully in his sleep with his loving family surrounding him. And I just wanted to take a brief moment just to express my sympathies, my condolences, and just talk about some of my favourite performances of his. Obviously, I've just mentioned James Bond. The guy was the epitome of cool. And what he brought to the role of James Bond really set the mould and the template for those who followed him in this enduring 60-year franchise that's been going on. Everybody who's played Bond since has brought a little bit of Sean Connery back into the role and always cites him as their main inspiration, from his classic entrance in Dr. No, where he says to Sylvia Trench, "The name's Bond, James Bond." We knew that we were in for an absolute ride with this character. And the coolness and the swagger and everything that goes with it only sort of grew as the films went on. From Russia with Love, absolutely built on everything from Dr. No, and Goldfinger, the film that cemented Bond mania and made it the cultural icon that it is today. And that is all really down to Sean Connery playing that character. As we move on into the sort of the late 60s and the 70s, there's things like the Anderson tapes that he did in between Diamonds Are Forever and You Only Live Twice. He did Marnie with Alfred Hitchcock and Tippi Hedren, fantastic film. The Murder on the Orient Express with Albert Finney, where he played Colonel Arbuthnot, an absolutely fantastic film showcasing his range. Robin and Marion, Outlands. Absolutely fantastic films. In the Name of the Rose was another good one. We get to the late 80s, and he played possibly my second favourite character that he's ever done outside of Bond, and that was Dr. Henry Jones Sr. in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That film, as I'm sure if you're a regular of this channel you'll know, is something that I hold very, very, very dear. And Henry's character, or rather the character of Henry, should I say, played by Sir Sean, is one of those reasons. The chemistry and the camaraderie that he has opposite Harrison Ford as the father and son duo absolutely makes that film. And it also evokes a lot of personal emotion in me, because me and my dad used to watch that film when I was growing up, when I was a young boy. The same as we did with Bond. The reason I'm a Bond nut is because of my dad. My dad's sadly not around anymore, and I can't help but have those emotions evoked when thinking about Sir Sean's passing and what it means to me. In the 90s, things like The Hunt for Red October, The Rock, where he plays John Mason, a retired Secret Service agent, disappeared by the American government after uncovering the truth about the Kennedy assassination, and then they need him to break into Alcatraz, and he plays opposite Nicolas Cage, and absolutely shows that the guy could have played James Bond well into the 1990s and nobody would have minded at all. Entrapment, Just Cause, and absolutely wonderful things like that. He returned to James Bond in the early 2000s, lending his likeness and his voice to the video game adaptation of From Russia with Love. He retired in 2003 after finding the production of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen to be not an enjoyable experience, to put it mildly, which is an absolute shame. I really wish that he'd have come back for Indiana Jones 4. But the guy was just an absolute legend of the screen, and modern cinema owes so much to him. I'm incredibly grateful for the body of work that he's left behind, and all I really want to say is rest in peace, Sean. Thank you so much for everything that you've brought to film. And folks at home, just again, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.